Good evening. Welcome to St. Lucie Public Schools' Facebook Live event in which we're speaking about Mset magnet schools. We are excited to introduce to you this evening our wonderful principal of Samuel S. Gaines Academy, Principal Keith Davis. We also have with us today Assistant Principal John Davino and our superstar STEAM advocate, Angelia Thomas. My name is Lori Boyer, and myself and Jay Whitaker will be walking you through some great questions and answers with our Samuel S. Gaines Academy team. During this session, please feel free to type any questions you have in the chat, and we will do our best to get to them. We're going to play a video to give you a glimpse into what Samuel S. Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies is all about. So enjoy the video.
Can you imagine creating a Minecraft world in social studies? Building a robot in science class? Learning through coding, gaming, and innovative instruction across all content areas? Then Samuel Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies, a K-8 STEM magnet school, is just the place for you. Be the first to discover a world of innovation that will prepare today's students for tomorrow's jobs. The Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math STEM magnet program will provide the foundation for students who want to design, create, and explore the future. The new Makerspace and Design Challenge classrooms, created in partnership with LEGO Education, open doors to endless exploration. The prestigious Cambridge Primary Program, Project Lead the Way, project-based learning modules, and school-based technology programs will expose students to computer coding, agri-technology, robotics, and virtual or augmented reality applications that support related majors and careers. As a Microsoft Incubator model school and future leader in Me School, students grow as leaders and collaborators in global STEM studies. Come join us at Samuel Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies, where you can find your passion and invent your future.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that video. It gives you just a little sneak peek of what's available at Samuel Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies. And for the next few minutes, we'd like to share some more information about what the school provides. And you're going to get a chance to hear from three of the the amazing team from Sam Gaines Academy. And we're going to start with the principal, Mr. Keith Davis. And he has been the principal for the past few years, and we're going to let him give you just a little bit of information about his background and how long he's been at Sam Gaines. But then if you could also speak to the culture of the school since the time the grant began. And we actually, for the viewers that may not be familiar with our grant, this MSAP, which is the Magnet School Assistance Program grant, began in 2017 as a $12.5 million grant that gave us the opportunity to revitalize 3 schools, and Samuel Gaines was one of those schools. So Mr. Davis is going to share with us just a little bit about the change in the culture since the start of the grant in 2017.
Good evening. It has been a pleasure to have this MSAP grant to start off with. It's been wonderful because my arrival at Gaines started around 2017, around October, mid-year, going into the second 9 weeks. And at the time, we were actually in an accountability status with the state, meaning that we were just kind of like that low-performing school. So we had to jump in immediately and make some quick adjustments. We had a staff on hand, and we were able to make that turnaround and get us right to a C status that first year. And then the following year, we were still part of the magnet, but in those early stages. And we allowed the magnet to recruit some superstars to come to the school with their background of STEM. And with that concept, we were able to jump 91 points in our first year and then 54 points in our second year, which actually moved us from a C to a grade of a B, which is actually the first time in school's history to receive a B. The great thing about this piece was I used to be an assistant principal there, and back then we really struggled in that DC area, so it was really fantastic to give the school name, the school grade of a B, to give Dr. Gaines that same, just that prestige in the culture in the community. Quick thing about the culture of the school, we've been able to reduce our referrals nearly 70%. We've seen a change with the leadership on campus as far as our students taking the lead. Our staff has always been a family-oriented type staff, but to be able to retain teachers that of quality and just to keep them focused and then add high academic rigor to our students has been just paramount for us. So the culture there is amazing now. I can't say, you know, to just be able to walk in a kindergarten class and see the rigor there and to see the STEM that's taking place and to then go into a 7th grade class and all over the campus. It's just a complete change. And you read about it in books, but to be part of it and have a team that's going to elevate itself to it, it's been fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that. And part of that culture also has something to do with a program called Leader in Me, which is part of Franklin Covey. And we're going to have Mr. Davino, who serves as the assistant principal, talk to us a little bit about the Leader in Me program and its impact on the students at Samuel Gaines.
So, as Mr. Davis mentioned, our students are our leadership on campus. Part of what we do is implement the Leader in Me program, which teaches students all about the 7 habits of highly effective people. And they use these habits to guide them. Just this past week we did what's your goal, your WIG Wednesday. And that's where students look through their data school-wise, but also looked at themselves personally and set goals for going forwards. One thing that they do in particular is set a leadership goal and set a behavioral goal. And for them, it gives them something solid that they can hold on to look forwards as they go through their day.
And this program has had a tremendous impact on the school, as well as another one that we're going to speak to here in just a second with Ms. Thomas. We are a huge school as far as gaming, coding, robotics, and this year they were selected as a school to be one of the schools that pilot several different programs, and we're going to get a chance to share one of those with you now. So we're going to ask Ms. Thomas to please share with us about the new Girls Who Game with Partners of Dell.
Well, I'm gushing right now. Girls Who Game is a fantastic program that we've been able to implement at SGAET, where we're trying to allow our young ladies to get a glimpse into what a STEM career could look like for them. So we had a fantastic opportunity to partner with Dell. They did some wonderful things like send us laptops, and the young ladies got t-shirts, and even more importantly, they were matched with mentors that looked like them and allowed them to see what they could do in the realm of STEM if they decided to move forward in that career path. The young ladies they had a challenge, so we met weekly, and we were able to do little mini lessons to help improve them or just to let them explore. And in the beginning, it was really just see what's out there. You have no idea whether or not you're interested until you take a look. So we were taking a look at different STEM career paths for young ladies. And then they got into a challenge at the end that we just were able to wrap up. It was pretty awesome, where our young ladies needed to build a sustainable eatery for the future. And it was great being able to work with these girls and let them do it. I mean, it was literally, they were in Minecraft building irrigation systems and coming up with really interesting ideas and ways to help stop hunger. And we were showcased, and it was pretty awesome. We were the only school in Florida to have this club, and we're moving into our second cohort coming up real soon, so we're pretty excited about that.
Excellent. And Ms. Thomas is very humble because they were actually one of 29 throughout North America and Canada. So really such a phenomenal experience and great opportunity for the girls to game and show what they know. Mm-hmm. So many great things are happening at Samuel Gaines. So Mr. Davis, could you let us know and let the viewers know, what is it that sets Sam Gaines apart?
Wow. We're doing so many things going on right now. We've been able to manage to actually build a partnership with Lego. We have our AVID program there. We are doing UB Tech. We have Leader in Me, and of course, Microsoft Incubator Showcase. So this is one of those grand moments that I just get to just mention about how we are being exposed throughout. So we're probably one of about 4 to 5 schools in the state of Florida. Currently on the Treasure Coast, we're the only school that are considered Microsoft Incubator School and our Showcase School. And so this allowed our school to transcend way beyond what's going on in the area. We wanted to be that highlight school that other schools near us can come and see how to do STEM, how to have a partnership to the level that is Microsoft Showcase status. We want to make sure that people, the teachers that attend our school are exposed to the correct professional development. We are currently in a process, we meet twice a month with Microsoft to come up with a plan to change the vision of how we're going to make sure we integrate STEM just throughout every grade level, changing our vision of our students so they can go on and to be creators, be problem solvers, learn to collaborate. So just making sure that is the focus, and then getting feedback ongoing. A couple of homework assignments here or there, but we'll take those because we already know where we want the vision to be. So those are the things that stand out. But with the partnership with Lego, I could just go on and on. There's so many several things that's just occurring right now, and we're just really having teachers that are near part certified at Microsoft. It's just a whole lot, and the whole lot is I have teachers ready to embrace, and they want more and more. So those are some of the things that are just occurring right now. We can't wait for year 4 in this grant.
Absolutely. There are so many great things happening at Sam Gaines, and that does give us a good glimpse into, just wonderful programs and learning opportunities for both students and teachers alike. So, Mr. Davino, could you shed some light onto robotics opportunities that are available there at Sam Gaines?
Yes, so we have numerous STEM classes, and 2 of them in particular, students have the opportunity to build, program, and code robots to do all kind of different activities. The first one being our Project Lead the Way class. Mr. McKenzie teaches this class, and one of the kids' favorite projects that they do every year is they have to build a robotic arm and like a rehabilitation type project. So they design it from the very beginning. They draw out their schematics of how to build it. They physically build a robotic arm and then program it to pick up objects and move objects around. Another class where they use robotics all the time is our Makerspace labs, and they're using Lego EV3 robots, which they build and code all out of Legos to do a variety of tasks. They come up with different real life scenarios, and then they have to solve those problems in class with their robots. Outside of robotics itself, we make sure that students have a numerous variety of STEM activities and projects. One I can speak to is our Design Challenge class. In that class, they use a lot of Minecraft building challenges, and so they'll design activities within Minecraft based on computer coding, and then it's a game style format so that kids are really engaged.
Could you touch also, Mr. Davino, on the UB Tech award that you guys won at Sam Gaines?
Yes, so we also received, we were the first school in Florida and one of 25 schools in the nation that received the UB Tech Early Innovator Grant, where we were provided with 16 UB Tech robotics kits. And we had our 5th grade students actually work with these robots, build them from scratch. They had to create a golfing robot and build a robot that could putt across the floor to score with. And within that, it wasn't just about the building and the designing, but we definitely incorporated math strategies into it. So they had to then go and measure distances and how they could make the robot putt further, putt less. not change direction and actually score a goal.
I might need to bring one of them out on the golf course with me to help me out. Ms. Thomas, so this fall, in partnership with LEGO, we had the opportunity to pilot the Spike Prime online learning platform for teachers, as well as in-class coaching opportunities and hands-on learning opportunities for students. Could you talk a little bit about that and share that with our viewers?
Absolutely. The LEGO Spike Prime pilot was awesome. And we're definitely soliciting more of those fantastic opportunities. We were able to assist with the professional development piece that LEGO is trying to roll out very soon. And we got the great opportunity to use these new kits that they've just come out with. They're fantastic. They are not your mom's Lego kits. The pieces are larger. They're able to create these little robots that can do just about any task, from creating a soap dispenser with the robots to drawing a maze on the floor and coding them so that they can travel in those patterns. But we were also able to really give some good data concerning the needs of educators. And quite often, well, not in our district, but quite often, you're given PDs that you may not necessarily feel are as useful as you want them to be. And in this case, we were able to really shape and mold how LEGO is going to be looking at their professional development, helping them create to avoid those pitfalls and to really get buy-in from other educators who are interested in their products. And the learning through play is phenomenal. From our kindergarten students up to our 8th graders, they're all into Legos, and we're able to scaffold that learning so that it's something appropriate for each one of those ages, each one of those grades. So we are also able to incorporate the Legos into our Stop and STEM challenges that I think we'll cover in a little bit.
We are going to cover that in just a minute. Thank you, Ms. Thomas. And just a shout out as well for Sam Gaines, because they were one of 29 schools in the nation to actually participate in the Spike Prime pilot, which was a huge accomplishment again. And you notice we keep saying one of the only schools in the state of Florida, or a small amount of schools in the district throughout the nation. And yet Samuel Gaines is that school that stands out and is set apart. And we are just so excited that we can celebrate all of their successes. So our next round of questions, we're going to talk about the power of partnerships. And we're going to ask Mr. Davis just to share a little bit. You've heard about some of the partners that we've already shared about with LEGO Education, Dell, and UB Tech, etc. But talk to us a little bit about the power of partnerships and what they bring to Samuel Gaines.
Wow. So we've been able to, there was one that I just wanted to wait till the end and share, but I'm going to start out with that one. We've actually partnered with the Tgr Foundation, which is the Tiger Woods Foundation. We have our wonderful Miss Powers, she's the person that's taken time to partner with Tiger Woods Foundation, and they are able to work with educators, and they're getting out their information through STEM. With that concept, we've been able to get some high-end PD for our teachers, and we've been able to use that throughout STEM. Another one of our partners, we mentioned about the LEGO. The unique thing about LEGO is we've been partnered with them for the last 3.5 years. They were early on. They were one of the pieces that helped support us in the opening of our Makerspace Lab. So, you know, we have a lot of different materials in there, but LEGO was that big piece that really put us out on the map, put us out there and really guided us on how we needed to move as far as thinking about STEM. Another partner we have was just the fact that, you know, during our whole time we were working with Leader in Me, becoming a first-time Leader in Me. We are looking for that lighthouse, top-of-the-line school status. We've been able to start our first ever parent involvement piece through them. And with this, we've taken the whole concept of the 7 habits, but not only are we moving from extrinsic rewards for kids, we're now changing them into being leaders. They're going to be the ones taking the lead and saying, hey, these are the things our school needs. This is, these are our options, and this is what we're looking at. So those partnerships with these different areas and the categories, I think, is one of the backbones of the culture and the change and why we're able to see it. And we're seeing it kind of trickle out in the community even more. And it shows because one of the key measurements that I look at is the fact that teachers are now making sure their children from their homes are coming in and becoming part of the culture at Gaines Academy. So that says a whole lot. Before it wasn't as many, but now we're seeing it more and more and increase. So those are the things that are just paramount with the partnerships that we've built, and we're looking to continue to explore more. Continuing those partnerships have been grand.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Those partnerships have a direct impact on the academic success of our students, and we couldn't do our work without them. So we want to say a shout out to all of our partners who are part of these programs. So our next question, and this is a word as soon as we are at events, that it gets the attention of every child that we talk to, and that's Minecraft education. And we're going to have Mr. Davino speak specifically about how Minecraft is implemented within the classrooms and across all aspects of academics.
So when you say Minecraft, I also get super excited. I can't even lie. One thing I can say is that myself and a lot of teachers on campus are actually Minecraft certified teachers as well. And they use it in ways that just are mind-blowing. I was in a classroom and got to watch students create a model of the water cycle in Minecraft. So they were building clouds and rain falling, and then they put little signs out explaining what each step of the water cycle was. So when we say we're using Minecraft, it's not in the aspect where kids are going online and just playing Minecraft. It feels like that to them, but they're going online and they're actually doing things that we would have normally done with building models with pencil and paper or drawing out models. They get to actually physically build it out in a virtual world, which makes it extremely exciting for the children, and also adds depth to what they're understanding, because it's not here's a 2D drawing anymore of a process that is not in 2D in the real world. They get to actually create it from scratch.
Great, thanks for sharing. And as you've listened through the past few minutes, you've heard many opportunities for your students to participate in project-based learning. And one of those experiences happen each month at Samuel Gaines Academy, and it's called Stop and STEM. And Ms. Thomas is going to share about what Stop and STEM is all about.
Okay, so now I'm trying to not be so bubbly because Stop and STEM is just our thing. Just as you may be wondering, back in the day, I don't want to date myself, but when we used to have drop everything and read, this is exactly the same concept. We stop, and well, it's planned out, of course, but we stop what we're doing, and our students are able to complete a STEM challenge of some sort. And of course, they're age and grade appropriate, so there may be 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 different STEM challenges going on in the same day. It's fantastic. It's a phenomenal way to spend our early release days, and even some of those days that we just kind of created as early release days. The students get challenges. For example, our 6th grade kids, the previous challenge was to create a structure that could withstand wind, a hairdryer, from 3 feet, 2 feet, and then 1 foot away. But they were given little, I guess I would say, little handicaps where you couldn't use any tape. There's no tape or any sticky things in it. Nothing could be mounted to a desk. So they had to come up with ways of creating this structure that would allow them, and they had to think it through. We don't give them, we truly follow the design, the engineering model, where they do their research, they're given a challenge, they research, they create a prototype, they go back, they test it, and then they go back and make revisions if need be. And of course, we throw some gaming in there also, where when they're creating, for example, with the Legos, creating different go-karts, and they're racing them in the pod across the floor. It's okay, well, which one went the fastest? So we're definitely incorporating that math in there, and the science is definitely there. So the kids really enjoy it, and they want to stop and STEM like every early release day. So they love it. They look forward to it every month.
Thank you. So the Sam Gaines team has done a great job explaining, the various opportunities for learning that happen on their campus. I just wanted to take you through a couple of quick slides so you could get a further glimpse into what it looks like. So first up here, you'll notice speaking to the Microsoft Showcase School, but you'll also notice students integrating technology within their reading and math centers. We utilize ClearTouch devices that can be converted down into a table-style environment, split into 4 different sections, and students get to interact with their learning literally on the spot. In addition, here you can see some of the Girls Who Game team with their awesome backpacks that they got from Dell to start on their Minecraft journey. And if this picture just doesn't capture your heart, I don't know what does. This is a glimpse into utilizing Legos in the classroom there at Sam Gaines, and talking about our Lego Spike Prime pilot. So I'm going to go ahead and invite Jane Whitaker back up to talk through some frequently asked questions that we get in regards to MSAT magnet schools.
Thanks, Lori. So we actually have one question that someone has shared in the chat, so I want to share that with you. My daughter will be attending 8th grade at Sam Gaines next year. What will be the transition from traditional K-8 to Samuel Gaines look like?
So when thinking about that, it'll be a smooth transition. They have a great culture on that campus in which they'll set expectations. They'll work with all students to set those expectations at the beginning of the school year, acclimate them to their learning environment, and just engage them in their learning. So it'll be a great opportunity for them to really dive into their learning, when joining the campus. So it should be a smooth transition, and there's fantastic staff, to reach out to if you have any questions along the way on Sam Gaines campus.
Great. Another question that we have is transportation provided to the school?
Yes. So once a student receives a seat through our lottery application process, then transportation would be provided. However, we do like to share out that it's typically a community-based stop that occurs for the transportation. So therefore that means that it might not be directly on your street, but it would be within your neighborhood for your child to be picked up and transported regardless of where you live in St. Lucie County.
Okay, next question. Is there a wait list for the MSAT magnet schools?
So while the grant is active, we are not allowed to have a wait list. That's part of the grant stipulations. So therefore, a wait list will be established for the 22-23 school year at the end of the magnet cycle.
Very good. And the next one, are there requirements to get in?
So that's the best part to our MSAT magnet schools, is that it's truly open to all students. It's a lottery-based system, so therefore, depending upon the number of seats that are available in each grade level, our student assignment department then runs a lottery and assigns students a seat at that school. And then they contact the families and let them know. And our window is open through March 6th, so you want to make sure you get that application in time.
And once a child is accepted to the magnet schools, do I need to reapply every year?
That's a great question. While they're going on their journey in the K-8 environment, either at Sam Gaines or Creative Arts Academy, once they're accepted, then they do not need to apply again. However, once they've reached 8th grade, if they then would like to continue their learning at West Prep, which is our MSAT magnet high school, then they would apply for the program of choice at that high school.
Okay, great. Well, we've had some wonderful questions. And we want to thank our wonderful, amazing guests. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. And thank you to everyone who is out there watching and sharing the last half hour with us and finding out more about Sam Gaines. And if you have any further questions, you can also reach out to us at stlucieschools.org, or Lori's going to share her information for contact purposes.
So you could always email me at lori.boyer@stlucyschools.org, and I'm happy to get back to you, or give me a call at 772-429-3643. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye.